eCaptiol News Director Sean Ashley's been following the budget negotiations and other doings at the Capitol. Sean, thanks for being with us.
You're very welcome.
Well, I understand next week we can expect to see some bills that might help with Oklahoma's budget cap.
That's correct. On Tuesday, 15 shell bills were filed. These are bills that don't have any substantive language in them, but they're going through the Joint Committee on Appropriations and Budget process, and they indicate that they will have to do with the sales tax, for example, perhaps the fuel tax and other areas of the tax code. House Speaker Charles McCall indicated on Thursday that these bills would begin to outline how they plan to raise additional revenue. He divided them into two groups, the 51s and the 76s. The 51s are those bills that would deal with tax credits, exemptions, and deductions that just need 51 votes in the House and a majority in the Senate in order to pass. And the 76s are those that are real tax rate increases, revenue raising measures under the state constitution that require a 3/4 vote. He said it may be later in the legislative session before we see those.
I know before we had talked about something like a cigarette tax that was being mulled over. What's happening with that?
Right now it hasn't moved. Speaker McCall indicated several weeks ago that that would go through the Joint Committee on Appropriations and Budget process. That is one that would take 76 votes in the House and 3/4 in the Senate in order to pass. Right now it looks unlikely that that would be able to be achieved because you would need some Democrats to come over and join Republicans, and they don't seem willing to do that.
Okay, and we want to raise money to help with teacher pay raises. A bill has cleared another hurdle, but there's no funding for it?
That's right. On Wednesday, the Senate Appropriations Committee passed the House plan, the 1-2-3 plan, which gives a $1,000 raise, a $2,000 raise, and then a $3,000 raise. But as Senator J.J. Dossett, a Democrat from Sperry, pointed out during that committee meeting, the bill still does not have any funding attached to it. And as we were talking, they haven't raised any additional revenue. They have a $900 million hole to fill. On Monday, the House Appropriations and Budget Committee will take up the Senate pay raise, which is roughly a 4% pay raise. So we'll see where that goes as well.
That could be controversial in the midst of all of this.
Exactly.
All right, Sean Ashley with eCaptiol, thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome.